Right now, Hurricane Ian is growing in strength as it pushes closer to the Tampa Bay area as people prepare for the storm. Also, there are new revelations about 3 of former President Trump's top aides giving a deeper look inside the Trump White House. This is News 3 Now at noon. We'll get to those stories in just a bit. Stoughton police are giving the all clear after a gas line was broken. They had originally asked those living in the 3-block radius of Hole Avenue from US 51 to County Highway A that they need to leave the area, but now it's all clear. At the end of next month, the town of Madison will be no more. Both the cities of Madison and Fitchburg will officially absorb the town on October 31st. The town was established in February of 1846. The village of Madison sprouted out of the town and then became the city of Madison in 1859. The city then annexed land from the town as it grew. Town officials will hold an open house at the town hall at 2120 Fish Hatchery Road on October 26th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. as they prepare to bid farewell. The Green Bay police chief is apologizing to Packers running back A.J. Dillon for the way an officer treated him during an exhibition soccer match at Lambeau Field. Video posted on social media showed Dillon in the end zone greeting fans in the stands during a soccer match. Dillon appeared to be on the verge of doing a Lambeau leap into the crowd when the video showed an officer grabbing him by the back of his collar and giving him a shove. When the video circulated on social media, Dillon tweeted out a statement giving his account of the incident and describing it as a, quote, just miscommunication between parties. New at noon, a Madison resident is dead. Another is hurt after a crash in Nebraska. It happened yesterday in Ogallala. The Nebraska State Patrol said the two were heading west when an eastbound vehicle hit them after crossing the center line. 74-year-old Anki Boudreau, the passenger of the car, was pronounced dead at the scene. The 77-year-old driver of her car and the 64-year-old driver of the other car were both hospitalized with serious injuries. Let's head to the Weather Center now. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Chilly start to the day, but pretty nice.
Yeah, it's chilly, but still it's even chillier right now. We're still looking at, as you see, temperature difference has been about 6-7 degrees. Right now we're sitting about 53 degrees in Madison, but overall we're still about 10 degrees where we should be this time of year. So mid-50s, that's what we're high. If we zoom into Madison, generally it's in the Dane County area. We're looking from 54 to Sauk City to around 55 in Edgerton. So typically we're going to see a few more degrees warming today, but other than that, if you look at satellite, you can see the cloud cover that's basically been rotating around this low to the east. We're going to see more of this kind of this flat cumulus that we saw yesterday come through with this northerly flow. So expect to increase more of that cloud cover, but less of the wind today too, which will be better. So there's your temperatures. We're going to climb up a few more degrees, but still well below average, more like mid-October type conditions. As you see, you're planning out 54. The winds are a little bit less, not quite 15 to 20, more 10 to 15, but still out of the north. And then overall, we'll see less decrease in clouds as we get towards the evening. So tonight, once again, the frost potential is there for mid-30s, less wind, but the good news with all this is it's going to be dry, and I'll give you the details how long it could be dry and how cold those temps will get tonight.
Keep the jacket handy.
That's right.
Thanks, Greg. Well, Hurricane Ian is now a dangerous Category 3 storm. Today, it slammed Cuba with winds topping 125 miles an hour, and now it's headed for Florida. Christian Benavides has the latest from St. Petersburg.
Time is running out for people to get out of the way of Hurricane Ian. The storm has strengthened, and those along Florida's Gulf Coast will start seeing rain and worsening conditions tonight.
Overnight and into this morning, some of the modeling that has been done is now projecting a landfall south of Tampa Bay.
Storm surge is the biggest concern. Florida's governor says it could be historic.
In some areas, there will be catastrophic flooding and life-threatening storm surge.
Residents up and down the Gulf Coast are boarding up, stocking up, and filling sandbags, trying to get ready. Ian's tremendous size was seen from the International Space Station.
I think you're always worried when there's a storm coming your way, so we're doing the best we can to prepare. And if needed, we'll evacuate, or I will evacuate if I need to.
A state of emergency has been declared in every Florida county. Forecasters expect Ian to impact just about everybody in the state.
Some of those counties that are more interior, you could absolutely see power outages. You could see inland flooding.
Some hospitals in the Tampa area are airlifting patients to other facilities while they can.
None of us know what we're going to get as far as the hurricane's concerned.
And NASA isn't taking any chances either. They rolled the Artemis rocket from the launch pad back indoors. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, St. Petersburg, Florida.
And the Tampa and St. Petersburg airports are closing today ahead of the storm. Hundreds of thousands of people along Canada's Atlantic coast have no electricity following a hit from former Hurricane Fiona. The storm that devastated Puerto Rico a week ago hit Nova Scotia as a post-tropical cyclone on Saturday. Despite the intensity of the storm, there were no serious injuries nor deaths. Government officials warning it could take weeks before essential services are restored. Well, it's been bombshell after bombshell after bombshell. Three top Trump aides and allies, all three major revelations all in one day. The Justice Department is asking a judge to make former Trump aide advisor Peter Navarro to turn over government documents. They're allegedly from an unofficial email account. Meanwhile, Trump's then White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, is in hot water over text messages involving a man who tried to gain access to voting machines in key battleground states in December of 2020. And GOP operative Roger Stone says newly released video of him calling for violence the day before the 2020 election has been manipulated. The January 6th committee asked for that video and will hold a hearing tomorrow at noon. The leader of the far-right anti-government militia and his top members are going on trial. They're charged with sedition, conspiring to overturn the U.S. government. The trial is historic for a number of reasons. It's the first time in more than a decade the Justice Department will argue at trial, and it's the most aggressive case prosecutors have ever brought against a group of alleged rioters. All 5 defendants face a maximum of 20 years in federal prison. Well, there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Experts say utility bills will dramatically increase this winter. How many are saying Congress could step in to help?
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
When a clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. Yeah! And that's why they all start dancing. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Protecting your home starts at the top. If your shingles are torn, cracked, and flying off in the wind, it can cause leaks that lead to costly repairs. So make the switch to Erie Metal Roofing. Get one-day installation on the last roof you'll ever need. And there's no shortage in our supply chain, so we can turn your job around quickly. Erie is A+ rated with the BBB. More than 2,000 excellent reviews online. And now take advantage of this special offer. Call 1-800-966-4500 during this program and receive a 60-inch HD TV with your purchase of an Erie Metal Roofing system. We've helped thousands of homeowners afford a new metal roof. Call today for an estimate as soon as tomorrow. And don't miss this opportunity. Receive a 60-inch HD TV with your metal roofing system purchase from Erie Metal Roofing. Call 1-800-966-4500. That's 1-800-966-4500.
Ron Johnson and China. Here's how it works. While in the Senate, Johnson made $57 million from a family business whose growth was directly linked to China. He invested in Chinese factories, and Johnson's family business got $50 million in loans from the Bank of China. Johnson pushed for shipping American jobs overseas, while he got rich. Ron Johnson's out for himself, not us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday.
Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $10.99, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
With the right tools and a little hard work, you can do it yourself. And with the right kind of paint, you can finish the job faster. Pittsburgh Paints and Stains exceeds your expectations with products that can cover your walls in one coat. So instead of another coat of paint, you can finally get outside. One coat paint means time better spent. Pittsburgh Paints and Stains, exclusively at Menards.
When a clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. Yeah! And that's why they all start dancing. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
The Biden administration wants airlines to be more transparent about extra fees for passengers. It's proposing rules that would require them to disclose charges for checked and carry-on luggage, as well as fees for rescheduling or canceling flights. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says the goal is to let travelers save money by making informed decisions. The Congressional Budget Office says the White House's student loan relief plan is likely to cost about $400 billion. The plan would cancel up to $20,000 of debt for borrowers below a certain income level. Republicans argue the plan unfairly passes the cost of college onto those who never went. The Biden administration says it provides relief to the middle class and insists the cost will be offset by other measures, including the Inflation Reduction Act. Amazon has added a second Prime Day to its calendar. The Prime Early Access sale will be held on October 11th and 12th. Amazon is promising Black Friday caliber discounts during the event, which will be limited to online shoppers who have a Prime membership. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center in New York, I'm Wendy Gillette.
Checking Wall Street, stocks continue to fall. The Dow Industrials down another 185 points. The Nasdaq off 27.5. The S&P 500 down 19. Inflation has affected the price of just about everything, and experts say the cost of heating a home is going to rise dramatically this winter. The National Energy Assistant Directors Association says propane customers will pay 58% more than 2 years ago. Natural gas could go up 66%, and fuel oil could jump almost 75%.
What we're concerned about is that those prices could go higher if, in fact, it's a colder winter.
Mark Wolf of the National Energy Assistance Directors Association is asking Congress to approve billions of dollars in heating assistance for low-income families. But if approved, that assistance may only go so far. Pam is back from her farm tour with today's egg prices, and Greg has our forecast next at noon. And then coming up later on Live at 4, we'll sit down with White House photographer during the Obama administration, Pete Sousa. He is sharing more information about his new book coming out. That's at 4.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. And air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. Call today for a free inspection.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Protecting your home starts at the top. If your shingles are torn, cracked, and flying off in the wind, make the switch to Erie Metal Roofing. Get one-day installation on the last roof you'll ever need. And there's no shortage in our supply chain, so we can turn your job around quickly. And listen to this special offer. Call during this program and receive a 60-inch HD TV with purchase of an Erie Metal Roofing system. Don't miss this special opportunity. Receive a 60-inch HD TV with your metal roofing purchase.
Mass shootings, school shootings, and violent crime are on the rise, and Ron Johnson is making things worse. He abandoned law enforcement, voting against funding for the police, preventing local departments from hiring more officers, but supported flooding our streets with guns and making it easier for violent criminals and domestic abusers to get them. Ron Johnson is failing to keep us safe. Every Town for Gun Safety Victory Fund is responsible for the content of this ad.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original windows. It's bone chilling.
There's no need to be afraid of old windows. Just call Feldco for 50% off.
It's the biggest sale of the season. 50% off Feldco windows, plus no interest until 2024.
50% off windows ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
The Stanley Steamer started with one man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley Steamer now goes beyond carpet. Schedule a cleaning today.
Dyslexia is one of the most common disorders affecting kids. Tomorrow, Josh Breider has a fun way you can help a local nonprofit give support to kids who are struggling.
And will these chilly temperatures continue, or are we in store for a warm-up before the end of the work week? Tune in tomorrow from 4:30 to 7.
We're doing big things on the Jennifer Hudson Show. The incredible Meghan Trainor is here.
Me and me, then a you.
Hey! Plus, the USC majorettes perform.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Pam Yankee is back from her tour of the United Kingdom. You were there certainly at an interesting time in that area's history.
Right. I was in Scotland and Ireland. Didn't have to manage through London, but I'll tell you what, you're right. It was a perfect time to be there because we were just days delayed behind the Queen laying in state in Edinburgh, Scotland, for example. So it was really nice. Couple pictures for you. I'll be sharing these kind of through the rest of this week. This is the National Museum of Rural Life just outside of Glasgow, where Scotland focuses in on the strong history that they've got in agriculture. You know, here in the United States, we think if we've got a building that's 100 or more than 100 years old, it's really something. Remember, when you visit places like Scotland, it's thousands of years of history. Maggie and I were talking about it. She's the farm manager there at the Rural Life Museum, and they've actually got an active farm. They've got crop acreage. They've also got a herd of Ayrshire dairy cows. They've got Clydesdales. They've got all kinds of chickens, big garden, everything that they use as a demonstration for people that want to find out more about Scotland's agriculture past. In fact, Maggie was so very proud. She's got an Ayrshire cow that classified excellent 89, and then she's also got a Clydesdale that's going to get involved in the World Clydesdale show that's coming back to Ireland, I believe, next year. This is what you expect to see in Ireland, a whiskey distillery. Glenoyne is a small kind of boutique whiskey operation, but boy, kind of cool to find out about the different ways they keep all their purchases as local as they can when it comes to their grains. A lot of my folks had never really had a chance to learn about whiskey, so it was educational there. More pictures from the Rural Museum. It houses a lot of the old tractor collections and a lot of the old farm equipment that was used by farmers back in the day. And that's a typical courtyard for a farm in Scotland, where the barn, the house, the outbuildings for the cattle and that are all connected to make things easier, especially when it's a cold winter day. There's those Ayrshire cows that they were talking about. Maggie's so proud of. Like I said, really a great tour, and the weather cooperated with us. So over the course of the next few days, as best I can, Farm Babe will try to share some of those more pictures with you. Fabulous Farm Babe on Facebook has more. Our Wisconsin farmers, as you probably have noticed, are trying to capitalize on the weather and get going on the harvest. As of Sunday, according to the Wisconsin Ag Statistical Service, 39% of our corn silage has already been harvested. As far as the quality of the crop is concerned, 78% of our corn called good to excellent. That's up 1 percentage point. Soybeans, it looks like 77% of those soybeans are rated good to excellent, pretty much unchanged. 56% of our potatoes have also been harvested. What about what's going on in the dairy complex? A lot of people talking about what's going on with butter prices. Well, today butter went up another 2 1/4 cents to $3.15 1/2. 40-pound block cheese was down 1/2 at $2.17. The AA butter down 1/4 cent, $2.75 on the barrel or on the block cheese. And like I said, Mark, when you see butter jumping up another 2 1/4 cents, you see what fluid milk contracts are doing there. Folks are going to definitely start noticing that. That's one of the last lines of defense when it comes to this increasing concern about inflation. When you start to see dairy going up, then you know that it's probably prevalent in a lot of other areas in the grocery store. So $3.15 1/2 in Chicago today.
All right, well, welcome back.
Thank you. More pictures to come.
All right, we can't wait. Thanks, Pam.
See you later.
Here's Greg now with the latest forecast.
Yeah, we're going to have this pattern continue, which is going to be a dry pattern, but we have frost potential tonight and tomorrow. And if you look at really, our average is about 11 for October for the first frost. Now, that's just for Madison. Counties around the viewing area basically average from about 1st of October to about the 11th, with Adams and Juneau like 28, 29. So we're in the ballpark. And then, like I said, the earliest was September 12th. So that's what we're going to be looking at. Overall, the flow is going to be northerly winds coming down. We saw a decrease in the winds. We have a weak little cold front that has kind of pushed south. We have some cloud cover overall that's continuing. You can see the wind flow right there, and here's the wind speeds right now. We're starting to pick this up, which is normal for this time of the day, and they should increase this afternoon too as the heating gets better. So we're going to see cloud cover, but it should get out of here by the evening, and then we're going to set up for lighter winds, clear skies tonight, which is going to allow the temperatures to drop. High pressure slides eastward through today, tomorrow, and then by the time we get to Thursday, we're going to start seeing the winds come back around from the south a little bit. At least more mild conditions will moderate the temperatures, and that continues on to Thursday, which is a few clouds, but overall a lot of sunshine. So it looks good for the end of the week. Right now for today, we're looking at about mid-50s. Cloud cover will continue to persist. Just that low stratocumulus cloud you see out there right now will be all day long. We'll see that clean out this afternoon and evening, and then we'll see temperatures begin to drop back into the mid-40s by midnight, and then afterwards 30 degrees, a lot of 30 degrees once you wake up, even 29 in Black River Falls. So you will see some frost tonight, maybe if you get further north, some freeze potential too. Tomorrow, more sunshine, a little bit warmer, not much, but lighter winds, and then we'll set the stage for maybe another cold night Wednesday night into Thursday again, when temperatures will get back down into the 30s. So we got a couple cold nights, and then we should be back into the 40s for all-night lows through the end of the week. Winds will turn around, like I said, here's Thursday, the winds start coming around. We're back up into the low to mid-60s, still above average, but definitely a lot more comfortable than we are with the 50s. So overall, you see the 10-day right now. Once we get past these next 2 days and the frost and even some fog in some of the river valleys, then we'll climb back up to near average, which is about 67, 68. But the good news is dry. This pattern's dry. So I know for all the corn silage, corn going on right now, it's actually looking good for the next week and a half because we should be dry. And I know everyone complains about the weekends that's been wet, but that looks dry too.
All right, some good news. Greg, thank you. Let's check in with Howard now in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where he has a great recipe perfect for Oktoberfest.
Every year at the end of September, I dig on my lederhosen, stock up on some good German beer, and try out a bunch of new recipes so I can share them with you for Oktoberfest. So what do you say we whip up some crispy potato pancakes that have a tasty twist to them? Here we have some potatoes and onion that we peeled and grated. To that, we add a Granny Smith apple that we prepared the same way. This goes into a strainer, and with the back of a spoon, we squeeze out as much of the moisture as possible. That's the key to crispy potato pancakes. This goes into a bowl, and we mix it with an egg, flour, baking powder, a little cinnamon, and some salt. All that's left to do is pan fry these until they're golden on both sides. It doesn't get any easier. And the apple adds a touch of sweetness that makes these really stand out. So if you're looking for something special to serve for Oktoberfest, or as the perfect anytime go along, then why don't you visit our website and print out the recipe for our crispy apple potato pancakes. Maybe serve them with some sour cream and let the party begin. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today I found my lederhosen and a crispy old world way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Wash it down.
All right, coming up, are you thinking about taking a nutritional supplement? EW Health clinical dietitian Michelle Swader is sitting right over there. Shares some pros and cons, so stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Did you know Tim Michaels said people shouldn't be openly gay in public?
But I think when you bring it out of your house and onto the public street, that's where I differ.
Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as your governor?
If your roof is 10 years old or older and the shingles are deteriorating and leaking, it's not your fault, it's the asphalt. Immediate relief is available with one call to Erie Metal Roofing. Get a lifetime of protection against wind, rain, hail, and heat with the most energy-efficient roofing system we've ever offered. And it may qualify you for a discount on your homeowner's insurance. Beautiful, insulated, stone-coated metal roofing backed with a lifetime warranty. See the before and after difference. Be sure you ask about our one-day installation. Get the last roof you'll ever need. And time's running out to call and receive a 60-inch HD TV with your purchase of an Erie Metal Roofing system. Visit online at eriemetalroofs.com. And remember, it's your last chance to call during this program for the 60-inch HD TV with your metal roofing system purchase from Erie. Call 1-800-966-4500. That's 1-800-966-4500.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Remember this? Forecasts are predicting an unreasonably cold and snowy winter. Now's the time to winterproof your home with USA Insulation. 35% more efficient than traditional insulation. Our foam in your walls keeps the cold air out and your warm air in. It's like putting a coat around your entire home. Call now before winter and get a $500 early bird discount.
USA Insulation.
Did you know Tim Michaels wants to criminalize abortion, even for pregnant rape victims?
But are you willing to support exceptions for rape or incest?
That's correct.
Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as your governor?
Welcome back. October is Nutrition Health Literacy Month, just a couple of days away. The goal is to make health information easier to understand. UW Health clinical dietitian Michelle Swader is back with us. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Nutritional supplements, a big part of the nutrition world. I mean, there's stores that just have this. What should you be looking for?
Well, it's very diverse. It's anything from an herbal supplement to something well-established like vitamin D or iron. So if you're interested in taking one, the first thing I recommend is to go to the National Institutes of Health. They have a website, Office of Dietary Supplements. It's pretty easy to Google, and it has a list of all the supplements with fact sheets so you can learn more about the supplement, what it's used for, some of the pros and cons, things to watch out for. Once you're armed with that information, definitely talk to your doctor. They know more about your overall health. If you're looking for something for your skin and nails, but it might cause you GI problems, your doctor's going to help you figure that out. You also want to talk to your pharmacist because they are experts at drug interaction. And you definitely don't want to mess with something that you're taking a prescription for at a particular dose to make it more effective or less effective. And those are things just to find out if you're interested in taking one.
And buyer beware.
Yes, definitely. You want to find a supplement, a company that has a seal of approval from either the USP or the NSF. And those symbols mean that they have gone through the diligence of getting their testing done, maybe using a third party to test. Because the challenge with supplements is the USDA and FDA have no control over these supplements. So you're really taking the manufacturer's word that you're getting what you're paying for, and it's safe. It's not contaminated. There's no other products in there that are not supposed to be.
And it's the strength that should be.
Right. That's if it says that there's 500 milligrams, and then there actually is 500 milligrams.
But there are good supplements. I mean, they're not all bad.
Right. I mean, there's some that we have used for years. We know in this area specifically that vitamin D is an issue. People are anemic, and they need to be supplemented with iron. Obviously, if women are interested in getting pregnant, breastfeeding, they might be on some prenatal vitamins. So there's a lot of situations where they're medically necessary. But there's also some of the newer ones that are still kind of not proven and might be a little bit expensive if it doesn't really do the job that you're looking for.
Can you overdo it?
You can, especially if it's a vitamin or a mineral. Hopefully, the package will say how much it has. You don't need a mega dose if something is 500%, you know, the daily allowance.
Right.
Don't take anything like that unless your doctor does okay it. There's some times when you might need to take an extra dose of vitamin D, for example, but an herbal supplement, there's nothing that you need to take a mega dose for. So
your body will just get rid of whatever you don't.
Right, and then you're wasting money. Yeah, you could have spent the money on some nutritious food.
The website again?
It is the National Institutes of Health, and it's their Office of Dietary Supplements.
All right. Have a healthy month coming up. Michelle, thank you.
Thank you.
And here's Greg now with one final check of the forecast.
Yeah, once again, we're going to have the conditions be about mid-50s for today, and that's what we're going to see. Cooler temperatures, and then obviously the frost potential is going to be there tonight with mid-30s, lighter winds, chilly temperatures. Once again, a little bit better tomorrow with sunshine, but still very similar temperatures as today. And that's what we'll see, a warm-up towards the weekend.
All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4.